Hello again, this is Doug the 2-Minute Gardener, and we are continuing the series on landscape lighting, how to light up your backyard. Today's episode is focused on uplighting. Time to get into some lighting where you don't really see the instrument, but you really do see the impact it has on lighting. And this is what you use to light up trees, buildings, anything that's a really prominent feature. And as always, the lights in this week's series all come from either FXL or Kichler, and there is a link to those two fine companies in the video description there, where you can see all the different fixtures that they sell, and really recommend. They're really a high quality product. Alright, when you get to uplighting, the most important thing you have to keep in mind is beam spread. Now, there's three different kinds of beams. There's your spot, your flood, and your wide flood. A spot, as you can see in this chart, will throw a light that's about 6 feet wide at about 20 feet in height. So, what do you use that kind of a bulb for? Well, you want to use it for things like palm trees when you're shooting lights up a very narrow object, and you want that light to travel a great distance. The next size bulb is your flood or your medium bulb, and as you can see in these charts, it's about 11 feet of width on the beam at about 20 feet in height. And as you saw, there's two different size charts on this. There's the ones for 1 watt LED bulbs and 9 watt, and you can see when you look at these charts that there's quite a difference in strength with those two bulbs. Finally, you have your wide flood. This is great for lighting up tree canopies and buildings, and again, you can see the difference in beam intensity between a 1 watt LED and a 9 watt LED. And again, use the widest possible bulb if you're planning on lighting up a regular tree canopy, something that will throw 20 feet of beam width at 20 feet of height. And again, I'll get into lighting up houses a little bit later in the week, but I'm going to give you a quick little sneak peek of it right here. Again, this is a wonderful example of the really wide floods used to light up the front of this particular wonderful property. It kind of hits the trees, but really they're just trying to light up the houses. Now, let's talk about some lights that could use a little improvement. So this property, they had some really wonderful architectural lights on these, but the beams were kind of a little on the wide side, and they should have been a little bit more narrow to hit those palm trees. Over here, again, wonderful architecture, but the lights are so close to what they're lighting that it'd be better if you went with a really wide flood beam to really capture all that wonderful architectural detail in those retaining walls. Alright, so now let's start combining it with some of the other lights you've seen in this series. So in this backyard, there are path lights, there are up lights, and as you can see, there's even cafe lights, and we use them in combination. The path lights light up the pathway and the smaller plants on the ground. The up lights are used to light up the trees, and we use medium bulbs here, or the standard flood bulbs, to kind of get the light up about 15 feet up into the canopy and give some wonderful lighting of these different types of trees that we have in this backyard. And then to top it all off, we have these wonderful cafe lights that are strung on posts, and I will be talking about cafe lights later in the series as well. But that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for tuning in to our lighting series. As always, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get more of my garden videos. Stay tuned. Next time we'll be talking about lights for steps. Thanks again for watching.